Welcome to Cool Crowdfunding Zine Quest Special. I'm Garm and this is Midgardia RPG. Zine Quest is an official Kickstarter project calling back to the earliest days of tabletop gaming, where so much of what was published, to use the term loosely, was little more than hand-stapled photocopies. I think that's a really interesting idea, which will hopefully lead to some really cool projects. So I've gone through the list, which, well, I just went to Kickstarter's tabletop games category, hit Control F, and typed in ZINE, because there doesn't actually seem to be an official list. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, please. And I've found what I think are the really standout entries, so without any further ado, let's get to it. First off, A Pound of Flesh, module for Mothership Sci-Fi Horror RPG by Alan Girding. A Pound of Flesh is a module which will take your crew of ne'er-do-wells into the heart of the space station Prospero's Dream, an outer rim black marketplace where everything has a price. This module comes with over 10 locations, a dozen NPCs, adventure seeds, weapons, cybernetics, roll tables for generating your own space station, and more. The system Pound of Flesh runs on, Mothership, is a D100 roll-under system with 4 classes, Teamster, Android, Scientist, and Marine. Its player's guide is available for Pay What You Want on DriveThruRPG, and there will be a link to it in the description below this video. You can get the PDF of this project for $5 US or about 7 Canadian. This project ends on March the 7th. Next up, RPG Nasty, an RPG zine-style game of 80s VHS horror by Nerdy City. RPG Nasty is a game about playing through the really garbage direct-to-video movies you might remember from your local VHQ or Blockbuster in days gone by, particularly the really schlocky horror ones. Do you want to play as a group of hapless teenagers dying in cabins or apartments or, well, pretty much anywhere else? Woods, mostly. There were a lot of woods. This is the game for you, then. The game promises horrible slasher deaths narrated by their own players, and the last person who dies gets to name the movie. RPG Nasty runs on the Rememorex system. Rememorex is a game of suburban 80s horror, which I haven't actually played myself, but there will be a link to the DriveThruRPG page for it in the description of this video. There are several reviews there, and you can check those out if you have questions about the system. As far as I can tell, RPG Nasty itself, however, works fine without the Rememorex core book. You can back this project at $6 US, which is about $8 Canadian, for the PDF of this. This project ends on March 19th. Now for something a little bit different. Zine Quest, The Playmakers by Epistolary Richard is a zine full of interviews with the unsung heroes of the tabletop RPG space. Not the designers or DMs or players, valuable as they all are, but those who put in the organizational and administrative work to make these things happen. Con runners, game organizers, those kinds of folks. You can get the PDF of The Playmakers for £4 or about 7 Canadian dollars. This project ends on February the 28th. Next up, Casket Land by Marie Enger. Casket Land describes itself as a bleak occult western RPG. It's a one-shot game running on the Powered by the Apocalypse system about hard decisions in the end times. It comes with 9 classes, including the Gambler, the Snake Oil Peddler, and the Barber, and a pre-written adventure. If you're looking for something to use when somebody can't make the session, or you're trying to introduce your group to a world beyond Dungeons & Dragons, or you just want to shoot some terrifying monsters with a 6-shooter, this could be the zine for you. You can get the PDF for $5 US or about 7 Canadian. This project ends on March the 8th. Rounding out our list today is Dead Halt by Ben Doran. Dead Halt is a game about a reality warping hotel and the people who work and reside there. It uses D6s and playing cards for task resolution. What strange things will you find in the hotel? Will you join the maintenance crew? Will you have to use the gashapon machine in the basement to try and find anything useful? Will you lose a limb and have it replaced by cutting-edge 1990s cybernetics, which are almost certainly going to be beige? Either way, you can get this project for a mere $1 American, which is actually still about $1 Canadian. This project ends on February 28th. And that wraps up our Zine Quest special. If you have a project that you think that we'd be interested in, feel free to leave us a comment on this video or tweet either Midgardia RPG or me, Garmbreak1. I hope you enjoyed this Zine Quest special. Come back on Friday for a regular entry. Have a good day.